All right, chat, we're doing this. No intro this time. Forgot to set it up. Let's get right into it. I want to play a clip from this morning. CNBC television. Michael Saylor was on live. Forget this guy's name, but this is the guy who normally sits next to Andrew Ross Sorkin. They have their show in the morning, CNBC Finance Show. They normally have Pomp on, pretty good guys. They had Michael Saylor on. Strategy had a live stream yesterday, beat earnings. Want to break this down, play this 7-minute clip. I'm going to be pausing at certain times, discussing certain things. They talked about stable coins a little bit. They talked about a ton of different things. This guy specifically even said, what's the point of holding stable coins if they're just tied to fiat? It's still going to go down. Buy Bitcoin instead. So it's funny because 2-3 years ago, these guys were big skeptics, didn't really understand. Now they're all really starting to get it. And who else better to have on than Michael Saylor? So let's play this clip here, guys. It's Friday morning. It's August 1st. Let's get into it.
Shares of the world's largest corporate holder of Bitcoin lower this morning. MicroStrategy is now known as simply as Strategy, reported its best quarterly profit ever, well above the loss that analysts were expecting, reversing the year ago loss. The company now holds more than 600,000 Bitcoins. Join us now, Michael Saylor, the company's executive chairman. 3% of all the Bitcoins that will ever be minted, 628,791 owned by Strategy, but who's counting?
Yeah, thanks for noticing. We
see
Bitcoin as digital capital. The business model of the company is to accumulate the digital capital and then issue digital credit like preferred stocks against that digital capital in order to strip the volatility and the risk off of the Bitcoin and provide yield to investors.
And the latest preferred stock offering, it was going to be $500 million, and why not do $2.5 billion?
So let's go back there real quick. So if we take a look at this graph, Michael Saylor year, all right, Strategy, right, up 156% on the year. That's more than Bitcoin's up on the year. Just want to point that out.
And why not do $2.5 billion? So 5 times as much because of demand.
You know, my first IPO was $48 million in 1998. This year we did 4 IPOs for a total of about the first was $500 million, $500 million, $1 billion, and this is the largest IPO of the year, $2.5 billion.
Like the tie, do you have? Are they all orange now? Mostly.
We only wear orange ties.
You only wear orange ties because I went to DC and didn't think about it and wore an orange tie. Every single person thought I was like advertising Bitcoin, and on, you know, I had a picture that I put out, and on Twitter I'm supposedly a holder. It's dangerous to do that unless you're Michael Saylor. I'll just say that.
The future is orange, Joe.
Unless it's Halloween, my wife's birthday. So these numbers were staggering me. All
right, the reason why we're here, guys, just to point this out, stop real quick. Strategy beat Q2 earnings. All right, Bitcoin stockpile valued at $73 billion, and they're still buying. Just recently, again, 2 days ago, I think it was, Saylor's raising $4 billion more to buy. It's insane. It doesn't matter. If you see the Saylor chart, he'll post it on X a lot, where he has the orange dots at all the times they buy. It's insane, the amount of orange dots. This guy just doesn't stop. And I said it the other day during a live, it's like almost bothersome at this point. Like it's at the end of the day, like rationally, it's fine. Keep doing your thing, Michael. But like every time I see it, like Strategy buys more, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like who cares at this point? We know they're going to be doing it. It's not even news. Just let me know when someone else buys more of it.
Very arcane, very hard to understand. Are you basically just a leveraged acquirer of Bitcoin, and that's what your company is?
Here's the way to think of it. Bitcoin is a digital commodity. It's about 50 volatility, 50 ARR, and you want to hold it forever, a 50-year duration asset.
Okay.
If you want amplified Bitcoin, MSTR, the equity, is amplified Bitcoin. People want 2x Bitcoin exposure. The options jockeys love this. The derivatives traders love this. If you want structured Bitcoin, that's Strike, STRK. We give you like the 80% of the upside, and we give you 20% in a structured dividend, and then we give you principal protection. That's for people that would prefer to invest in hedge funds or S&P indexes.
But you're using the proceeds to buy more Bitcoin. You just keep adding on to how much Bitcoin you have. And your average price is what, 73,000?
Yeah, we'll sell a credit instrument like Strike. And
so let's pause there. We're going to have an episode that's coming out. Actually, it might have just dropped today. We just have an episode that just came out actually pretty much like 2 hours ago. So guys, go to the Coin Zone YouTube channel and listen to our episode. But I want to talk about dollar cost averaging. If you listen to what Michael Saylor just said, their average buy price is around $70-something thousand. We're currently sitting over 110 right now, 120, whatever it is. That's the power of DCAing. You don't throw all your money in. You know, let's say you have $1,000. Benjamin, we love you, brother. Thank you for reposting. I'm going to put your comment up on the screen here, but that's the power of DCAing, guys. That's how you get rich long term. It's compounds over time. You're getting in at all different times. If Michael decided to wait and get in at 80 grand, whatever, buy some at 80 grand, then he would be sitting at, you know, not as big of a win as he is right now. He bought someone, it was, you know, 40K, 30K, 50K, 60, 70, 80, 90, kept buying at 110, 120. That's the power of DCAing. Like you're getting in at all different times. So at the end of the day, once it all comes together and accumulates, it's better than just buying a lump sum at one price. That makes sense. So if I can give you guys any rules of engagement, any pointers or tips, you know, this is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors, but I think it's a common practice that gets people to win over time, and that's dollar cost averaging.
we'll buy Bitcoin. So we're taking the volatility and the duration and the upside for our equity investors, and we're giving a structured instrument to the credit investors. Now, Stretch, which is our latest IPO, and I think the most exciting product, it's like treasury Bitcoin. It's for someone that wants monthly dividend, they want principal protection, they want the lowest volatility, they want a high yield savings account, and it kind of competes with money markets or with treasuries. And so what the company has done is we're taking this pure digital capital asset that's got a lot of performance but a lot of volatility, and we're refining it into securities that conventional investors can buy depending upon their risk tolerance and their duration interest.
Is there ever too much Bitcoin for you to own? Like if you could own all of it, would you?
I don't think we'll get all of it. I don't think in the range of 3 to 5 or 3 to 7% is too much. BlackRock has got more than
I
us.
just wonder. I was thinking about the mental exercise of if you could actually own all of it, like if you would even, bless you, if you would want it.
Well, you know, we started and we had very little, and Bitcoin was 10,000, and now Bitcoin's more than 100,000, and 97% of the Bitcoin is worth 10 times as much, and somebody else, not us, has it.
Right.
So it's a practical matter. What we're doing is we're monetizing and powering up this.
I totally get it. I just mean, if
world.
you owned all of it, would that change the entire behavior of Bitcoin?
Yeah,
What kind of? Obviously, yes. Obviously, it would. If one person owned all 21 million, yes, it would. Like, what kind of?
wouldn't want to own all of it.
I wouldn't want to.
We want everybody else to have their piece.
Too.
The nice thing there is there's 160 companies that are capitalizing on Bitcoin in the public market, up from about 60 last year. So the Bitcoin treasury movement's exploding, and companies like MetaPlanet in Japan and Capital B in France and Smarter Web in the UK, and then there's a raft of them in the US, Anthony Pompliano's company, you know, and 21, they're all capitalizing. The big idea is I take digital capital, I issue digital credit, and a digital credit instrument can either be longer duration or it can be higher performance. We're offering 9% dividend yield with Stretch. The average money market's 4.2% dividend yield. No one would ever want to give a 9% perpetual yield in a bond that's backed by real estate or backed by gold or backed by any conventional fiat.
This is very, very interesting. I mean, a 9% yield on Bitcoin for individuals. I'm assuming, you know, there's many different ways to earn yield on Bitcoin now. Not many, but I mean, number one, you can, I mean, it's not yield, but you can mine. That's a different way to get exposure to Bitcoin. You know, that's basically kind of dollar cost averaging, just getting some while you're mining. But now we were soon to have Bitcoin DeFi on Cardano. There's ways to earn yield there on the Cardano blockchain, not even leaving your Bitcoin. It's going to be very interesting. But if you're more, you know, maybe a boomer or corporate, and you normally stick to indexes or ETFs, etc., you know, a strategy could be a good way to get exposure if you want someone to be a custodial for you and do it for you, and you not hold it. On this channel, we kind of implore you to maybe check out self-storage and, you know, and be in the driver's seat when it comes to owning your Bitcoin or any digital asset for that matter. So, I mean, that's what I would recommend here in the channel is holding self-storage, or, you know, try to earn yield maybe in Bitcoin DeFi on a trustable, secure platform. But yeah, I mean, this is also, you know, trusted and secure as well. Strategy at this point, very, very big company, very big name recognition. Michael Saylor's behind it. A lot of security there too, I'm sure. But 9% yield, I mean, that's very appealing. And I think we're going to start to see a lot more of this stuff with ETH too. What Tom Lee is doing, he's also talked to these guys. He's getting a lot more media attention as of late. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot more of that. You know, he mentioned all the other guys, 21 Capital doing the same thing. It's Bitcoin and ETH. Maybe by next time this year or 6 months from now, we'll see the same thing happening, maybe with like an XRP or Solana or something. I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah, I don't know if those two assets are maybe as mature. I mean, XRP's been around for a very long time, but I don't know how anybody would go about doing that. But yeah, this is all interesting stuff from Michael Saylor here. Let's keep it going.
Asset, but we're investing in Bitcoin, and my 20-year forecast for Bitcoin is 30% a year ARR. So it's easy for us.
Sort of a philosophical question about treasuries, actually. And I don't know how much you believe in US dollars these days, but the question is, if you believe that corporations, if you believe one day Warren Buffett, instead of holding 300,
maybe not Warren Buffett.
What?
Maybe not Warren.
Well, you know, instead of holding $300 billion of treasuries,
called it rat poison.
He would hold
60 billion.
It's not going to be for Warren Buffett.
He would hold, you know, that all these companies, instead of holding cash or treasuries, they would all hold their money in Bitcoin. If that were true, what would that do to the U.S. government and its ability to operate?
Well, I think the key to keep in mind is Bitcoin is demonetizing foreign real estate, private equity, public equity, other sorts of store of value assets everywhere in the world. 20th century physical analog assets are becoming 21st century digital assets. These companies like Apple and Microsoft, if they could buy the S&P index, they'd be better off. It's against SEC rules.
Right.
If they could buy each other's securities, if the Mag 7 could buy each other's securities, they would be better off. That's against SEC rules. The only security Apple can buy is Apple stock. And what do? They buy their own security. So in general, if you're trying to create shareholder value, you don't want to park it in a fiat currency. You want to park it in a tangible asset. But gold and real estate don't make sense.
Did you ever see, you know, what we're talking
Bitcoin
about?
does.
Yeah, Bitcoin does. He's right, guys. All right. I'm going to play a couple other things. Breaking news. All right. I wanted to cover that with Michael Saylor because there's always interesting things going on there. Important stuff to focus on. But let's just get moving here. This is from us, the Coin Zone. This is breaking news, guys. The SEC's crypto task force. My mouse is trashed. I got to get a new mouse. Crypto task force is hitting the road. Commissioner Hester Pierce and the SEC crypto task force just launched Crypto on the Road, a national tour to meet early stage crypto builders in person. This is sick. Could you imagine the last administration was like, we're going to come find you and basically push you offshore. Screw you guys. This administration's like, we're going to come find you and shoot the shit. You guys are great. We want to learn what you're doing. Good job. This is crazy. But let's see what's going on here. They're looking for builders with fewer than 10 employees and under 2 years old. Wow, they're looking for 2-year-olds. That's a little weird. Pause. We're joking. Okay, the kind of projects that don't usually get a seat at the table. We're going to Berkeley on August 4th. It's in a couple days, guys. Boston, August 19th. Dallas, September 4th. Chicago, September 15th. New York City, September 25th and November 12th. Oh my God, they're coming to Scottsdale. Irvine, Cleveland, Scottsdale, Ann Arbor too. Sick. I'll meet them there. This is your chance to shape policy directly with the SEC. This is what the press release looks like. Zoom in on this bad boy a little bit. No, we're not. It won't let me. Sick. But this is the press release. We pretty much just went over it, covered it. Very interesting. The crypto task force, you know, day by day, 3 days in a row now, just all positive stuff here. and Bitcoin is tumbling. What is going on here? Are people selling? Let's take a look here. Yeah, we're still down. Yeah, we're still down on the week. Like I said, we have all this positive news this week, and we have nothing. Like, what's going on here today? Something else, guys. This is also breaking news. We covered the FOMC meeting live. Okay, we listened to Jerome Powell. One of his reasonings as why he didn't lower rates was because, well, in our inflation metric is still slightly over 2%, and we don't like that. Well, guess what, bud? It's 1.67 now. So what do we do now? If you cut the rates 2 days later, basically 2-3 days later, it's under 2%. We're good to go now. But he didn't cut them, and now we have to wait till September. If he doesn't do it in September, I mean, I think Trump might just like destroy him. Trump would probably destroy him in a bad way. Yeah, but this is the number, and we looked at this Truflation Index live while covering the FOMC meeting when I was pausing it and breaking things down for you guys. This is from Anthony Pompliano, by the way. Great channel. But yeah, I definitely agree with Pomp. The Fed should cut the rates immediately. There's not many people I've seen all over X that are defending Jerome Powell's position at this point. Jack destroy him in a bad way. Yeah, dude. He would. I mean, we've already seen it live. The dude was trying to be jovial and playful with him at first. You know, we saw the slap on the back. If there's one thing the Fed could do right now, what would it be? And he says, well, I wanted to lower the rates. And then he slapped Jerome Powell on the back, and it was kind of funny and haha. Well, he didn't do it. It didn't work. So now the orange man has to get a bit mean. And that's probably what we're going to see here shortly. Wouldn't doubt it. All right. Back to this. Bitcoin's still down. What's going on with the markets, guys? We got all this bullish news. Look at this. Look at this. What is going on here? Everything is down. I mean, hey, if you got some capital on the side, this could be a good opportunity to buy a little more. All right. Everything is red. God damn. So I have seen charts. I have seen some crypto influencers on X, on YouTube, discuss what's going on in the markets right now. Some people think it's manipulation. I can't rule it out. You know, we've definitely seen that in the past. BlackRock, certain entities, you know, creating a public sentiment and then getting in lower, or just dumping, confusing the market. Retail sells off, they get in lower. But at this point, the public sentiment's positive. We have all this positive news. SEC's hitting the road. They want to come see people. Like, what's good? We're going to help you guys. We had the Genius Act a couple weeks ago. The digital asset report from the White House. Paul Atkins came out yesterday and said all this positive stuff. That's like a whole string of wins. And here we are in the red. What's going on here, guys? It's Friday. It's supposed to be good vibes. All right, market. Listen, guys, let's go up. Let's get up here, guys. Solana is probably now less than, 9% on the year. I mean, Solana holders, guys, let me know in the comments. It's been a bit rough this year for Solana. You know, we see XRP up over 400%. Bitcoin's outperforming Solana. ETH, Cardano, all these top assets are outperforming Solana this year. But you never know. Let's zoom out a bit more. This is what Solana did. Again, look at this. Insane price action. This is twice. We went from under $1 to over 260 to back down very low again, $18, $20 to back up over 220. So I honestly would never rule Solana out. There's way too much money behind Solana. Let's take a look at SUI. We have covered SUI and Solana back to back on this channel before. I've talked about RALPAL. Why have we talked about RALPAL? I missed it. Where is SUI? Oh, you know what? This might be my watch list. Let's go to top assets and let's find SUI. But RALPAL pretty much got out of Solana in a large part and decided to go into SUI and said, what the heck? Yeah, explore. Okay, let's find SUI. So Solana's up 9% of the year. SUI's up, I think it's over 200. 400, Jesus, Christopher Columbus. 457, 58% on the year. I mean, that's one of the top performers. That might even be bigger than XRP this year so far. 457%. 437. Yeah, I mean, Sui's been crushing it. I mean, they had one instance a couple months back that we covered on the channel. I think it was a hack. Something bad happened. We saw a little jump, but now we're back up. Sui, I think, is very powerful. These are ex-Meta, right? Ex-Meta engineers who started Sui. It's a good layer one blockchain. There's definitely some incentives and interesting things behind it. And in such a short amount of time, guys, look at this. It's May 2023. So 2 years, over 12 billion in assets already, market cap. I mean, I'd keep my eye on Sui. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is just wanted to show this because all this, interesting news. I mean, Liquid's down 13%. Hyperliquid, I mean, you definitely missed the run on Hyperliquid, right? $13, $47, but I mean, it's still strong. It's still a very strong asset. I still think it has a leg to run. But at the end of the day, guys, I just want to really hop on here, come and talk about Michael Saylor a little bit, all the interesting, beat earnings. That's a very interesting thing. Very good for the stock MSTR. They have some pretty interesting offerings, 9% yield. If you are usually a person who buys indexes and stuff like that, and you want someone to hold it and be the custodial for you and take that risk for you, etc., it could be a great play. Us here, we're a little bit differently how we do things. I think most of us here are individuals who interact with exchanges, dexes, have our own, wallets and stuff like that. It can get a bit confusing. So I get if, you're a little bit older, you're used to doing things a certain way, it's easy just to get some exposure to MSTR. But there's multiple ways to go about it, guys. And, us here, we talked about the Bitcoin DeFi on ADA. That could be a way to earn yield on your Bitcoin. It's dependent on what you want to do. Many different ways to go about it. But again, truflation's down. Jerome Powell should have cut the rates. He for sure will in September. I mean, the reason that he cited is because the tariffs, we have tariffs that are, again, coming into play right now, August 1st, for specific countries. So, I mean, maybe we could see this shoot back up. But at the end of the day, compared to where we were at, I mean, it's just, we have seen an obvious decrease. And I don't think we're going to see any random jumps and spikes increase. So, I mean, he should have lowered the rates. That's just where we're at. Appreciate you guys for sticking on with me. Also wanted to cover this. We covered this, the crypto task force. They're going on the road. First live of the day, guys. We'll be going live again here shortly. A couple more times today. Stick around with us. Once again, this is the Coin Zone. I'm Crypto with Paul. I'll see you guys again in a bit shortly.